So you've just received your brand new AirSense 11 device. It is by far the best CPAP machine on the market. I'm Narina, a respiratory therapist here at Lofta, and here's everything that you need to know to get started. We work really hard to get these videos together, so if you find any of this information useful or helpful, please go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel. All right, first thing is we're going to remove your new device from its included travel bag. It is a medical device, so I just want to make everybody aware that you will get a luggage tag because you're awesome and we love you. And so when you're traveling, you actually don't need to count this towards your carry-on count or your personal items. This is going to be completely separate. And voila. We are now looking at the inside of your travel bag. All right. Okie doke. So the first thing that you're gonna need to take care of is actually getting this baby plugged in. Your power supply cord actually comes in two different parts. So we're gonna go ahead and tightly fasten. And the back of the unit has the place where you'll insert your power supply cord. We want to make sure that you're plugging this directly into a wall outlet. Power strips can often cause power surges or cause the therapy to start and stop randomly in the middle of the night. So let's make sure that you actually have this plugged into an AC outlet in your wall. This here is the water reservoir. We want to make sure, per the manufacturer recommendations, that you are only filling this up with distilled water. And we also want you to go ahead and dump this out in the mornings, just to make sure that you're not exposing yourself to any harmful bacteria or pathogens. So it opens like so, and you want to fill it up to the maximum fill line. Once you insert into your device, you should feel or hear a soft click, and that'll let you know that it's fully inserted and ready to go. Here is your AirSense 11 air filter located on the back of the unit. It should be replaced once a month. So the next step will be to insert your heated tubing or your climate line heated tubing into the back of your unit. As you can see, the climate line tubes ends are different. We have one end that has an electrical chip on it with an arrow above it. We want to line up the arrows on the device and the tubing to ensure that the device can understand that you're using a heated hose. You should now see climate line connected. Now, there's an alternate tubing called the slimline tube. The slimline tube ends are exactly the same, so either one can be inserted into the back of the unit. You'll also notice it's different in color. And this can just go into your device like so. Now you might be wondering, why would you even want the heated tubing option? So honestly, it won't affect the performance of your device, but it will assist with issues like rain out or water buildup that can occur in your mask or tubing when the humidity is a little too high. Now, if you purchase the Slimline and you want to switch over to Climate Line, it's not a problem. Every 6 months or so, we do recommend changing out your tubing, so it would be a good opportunity to switch it out when it's needed. Now, take the other end of your hose and simply connect it to your CPAP mask, just like that. We'll go over other mask styles later on in this video. Before we move on any further, I do want to reassure you that your device has already been pre-calibrated and pre-programmed to your prescribed settings prior to shipment. If you've opted into Lofta Care, a respiratory therapist like myself is also authorized to make adjustments for you for comfort or clinical indications. Okay, now the next step is probably one of the most important steps in my very humble clinical opinion. We really want to make sure that your mask is not only fitting right, but it's the most proper style for you. Forgot the rest, so we paused so that Scott can edit. So we're gonna be learning how to actually fit this mask properly, and to do that, I'm going to bring in my good friend, Max. Everybody say welcome to Max. We love Max, yay. Take a seat, Max. All right, so now Max is gonna be putting on the F20 mask. So just go ahead and remove the magnets for me, and you're just gonna slide it over your head. And I would probably recommend that you take both bottom straps and tighten them at the same time, so that way your adjustments are even and you're not over tightening one side versus the other. And you'll do the same with the top. Make sure you're not crushing your nose or your nasal bridge. And we want the top of the mask to fit right in the nasal bridge, and the bottom of the mask should sit right in that dip, right on your chin. Awesome. It looks awesome. Wow. Next up is the N20 nasal mask. Lucky catch. You're gonna go ahead and undo the magnets for me, and you'll just slide it right over your head. Perfect. And we're gonna, again, just repeat the process with the F20. So you're just gonna go ahead and tighten the bottom straps for me. Like so. And again, not crushing the nasal bridge. That's the N20. All right, last but not least, the AirFit P10 nasal pillows. Great. So this mask is a little different than what you've already experienced. It has some writing on it. M indicating this is the size medium nasal pillows. L and R indicating left and right nostril. So these letters will be face down when you wear it. And then you have this strap that you're gonna split on the back of your head for some support, and this little adjustable element, so that way you can go ahead and tighten or loosen as required. With the nasal pillows, we wanna make sure that you're not shoving the silicone all the way up into your nostrils. In addition, for any irritation or chafing, let's apply some Aquaphor or lanolin on the nostrils before bed. So the mask fit test is probably one of the most crucial parts of ensuring that you're adjusting your mask properly without over tightening or over loosening. So this is going to be located in the More menu on your AirSense 11 device under the words mask fit. So this test is going to have the pressures fluctuate a little bit. They're going to ramp up and down to ensure that we have a good seal at low and high pressures. So Max will be breathing in and out through his nose only, as you should on a nasal mask. And the device itself will display if we have a good seal or not. Great mask seal. Machine check, mask check. And now that you're all set, let's go ahead and get you started on therapy for bedtime tonight. So when you are using your mask, there is a preloaded feature called Smart Start and Smart Stop on the device. That means when you put the mask on and take a few deep breaths, the device will automatically turn on because it's sensing your effort to breathe. So there is a power button at the top of the device, but you actually don't need to press it at all. There is a feature called ramp on your device. And so you might notice that when your machine starts out, it starts at the lowest pressure possible, which is a pressure of 4. And it'll typically stay there until you've actually fallen asleep and have a breathing episode. So when it comes to ramp, your pressures stay low and they will gradually increase throughout the night and auto adjust based on your prescribed settings. Now for the first night, and maybe for the first week or so, I do recommend that you actually create some sort of breathing distraction for yourself. Rather than hopping into bed and expecting to fall asleep with a new mask on your face and pressures blowing into your airway, I usually recommend reading a book, listening to an audiobook, or doing something that's not forcing you to think about your breathing. This will typically make your therapy experience a little bit easier to adjust to, and it'll also ease any sort of anxiety you have around therapy. Just remember, it's your first night. Don't be hard on yourself. Most users don't get adjusted for the first 1 to 3 months. So for your first 1 to 2 weeks, we maybe want to get anywhere from 2 to 4 hours of sleep on this device per night. I don't expect you to get a full 8 hours. In that case, you might be a CPAP prodigy or a CPAP rock star, but most people will get 2 to 4 hours in their first 1 to 2 weeks. Imagine you walk into a gym on day 1 and you expect to be fully jacked by day 2. Not gonna happen. Take your time, it's okay, this is not a race. All right, for everybody that made it to the end of this video, we do have a surprise for you. You get 20% off of your next mask. All you have to do is enter in the code Narina at checkout and you are good to go. Once again, if you found this video helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Whoa! Okay, yes, thank you. This was a great script, dude. I appreciate it.